Hi, Michael. We got your car here. Wanted to show you some things we found, and I got some questions. If you can forward this to your overseas guy, and would like to know some more. And then also, I'll point out parts that I'm going to see if you can get or not. So we'll just start at the front. The problems we have here is this whole thing is pretty messed up. This was obviously broken off, and then they sort of welded it back on. There's a bunch of little stuff like this I just wanted to point out we're going to fix. There's one thing I want to know is this has a wave to it, if that's supposed to be dead flat or if that's irrelevant. There's these panels. We'd like to know if they're available. We'd like to get them. It's a total of 2 panels per side. They seem to be identical other than some hardware. But this panel is obviously bad. There's a bottom, so maybe it's 3 sides. And then of course this whole top is bad. This is where the steering column is. This was actually a lot worse than we thought. And it's the whole thing. Now that it's been dipped, it's really taken out. It's really shown a lot more than there was before. You can see it's pretty thin. Here's where your steering column mounts. So that's kind of a big deal. No, it's a support too. It's a major support on the car. One thing I want to know is, like, this has a high spot. If that's supposed to be dead flat. We're going through is obviously, like, when we put it on the frame machine, they really just checked the suspension. He's unable to check a lot of the body. We don't have the measurements or anything for him to go by. I want to know if it's normal for this to be dented in. It gets covered with the body, but I'm just wanting to see if it's an indicator of another problem. Here is pushed flat. We'd like to know if that's what that's supposed to be. And in here, we'd like to know if you can get this panel. We just need the one for the left side of the car. The other one actually seems to be just fine. We are going to have to do extensive work to the left side of this box here. If you can't get this piece, then we will just cut this and remake it, from here down. Obviously here's from before, like the dented floors. It's just information. Obviously that's all rotten. Yes, I was wondering how flat this is supposed to be, if that means anything. There's a buckle there. Inside of here is something that's kind of curious. This is right where the rear suspension is. This is all buckled, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be dead flat. So that's something I would like to know. Perhaps your overseas guys can give us some information about that. Okay, here's where the window was. Well, I'm sorry, not the window, but the one frame piece. This is where there was like a 1/2 inch of Bondo all the way through here. So there's a whole section missing here, and I'll show you what it looks like. But this is all pushed in. You have to make some changes on this. At some point, I'd like to get some sort of dimensions on what we're looking for on this. As far as the trunk goes, if we can get these, I guess it's just one support, right? This one support would be nice if it's available. On the other side's okay. We have a question. We have these holes here. There was obviously something there before, but there's not anything here now. What is that? If you could tell us, and if we need it or not. It's not on, I don't believe it's on the new panels, so I don't want to add them if we don't need them. I don't recall there being anything with those. And there's 2 of those. So equal distant. Just wanted to verify that these are supposed to be turned over like this. It looks kind of weird. It's on both sides. It's probably supposed to be like that. I'd just like to know. So you can see, like, your trunk is pretty bad. But you knew that already. That's not anything new. Here is the other section. It's just telling you about it's all damaged on the other side. This all sits weird, but I think it might supposed to be that way. I would just like somebody to tell me that, yeah, that's exactly how they were. Oh, I missed a part over there. So these window frames, It's hard to see, but this is all, it's like straight, and then it goes crazy, and then back to straight. I'm wondering if these are supposed to be straight on both sides or if it's supposed to be curved like this. The curious thing is that both of them are the same. And the same thing with, you know, if that's supposed to be pounded flat, you know, if this is supposed to be flat or not. Same with this panel, this is all buckled in here. So, just want to know if that's an indication of another problem or that we should pursue. We have more dents up here. We have another high spot, just like the other one, and then a low spot here. So it's high, low, and then pretty flat across the top. Well, a slight curvature to it, but not an abrupt. Here's more of that. The same piece is obviously the steering column for right-hand drive, but you can see this is all rotted. There's a hole. And then these pieces, as I mentioned on the other side, if you can get those, if not, we'll reproduce them. And the curious thing is this on the other side is flat. That piece right there. This has quite a curve to it. So this we're going to start like hammering flat and see what we can. We're going to measure every way we possibly can to try and straighten out the body. There's another curious thing where this is flipped up. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that. This is pushed down. Trying to think, there's a lot of stuff in this. Oh yeah, your front suspension was bent. I had pointed it out before, but now it's nice to see it when it's all nice and clean. There's a curious one. This is that bar that goes across. Something used to be here. Can you tell me what it was? I don't know what it is, and I don't have it. Whatever it is supposed to be there. Oh yes, okay. So there's this tube for the air intake. We're missing it on this side, so I'll need one of those. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, there's a broken weld. There's a broken weld here. We'll take care of. So, all right, next video we'll have more stuff, but this is all I can think of for now.